This rising star may not have won American Idol, but his career has only skyrocketed since finishing as runner-up. He's flamboyant, he's unapologetic, his fans are supremely devoted, and his recently released album, For Your Entertainment, debuted near the top of the Billboard charts. But what artists influenced him? Adam Lambert tells us in tonight's playlist.
I remember the first time being on stage in front of a bunch of people and being nervous but getting such a thrill out of the applause and the attention. And I think I was hooked from there on out. Yeah, Bob Marley record. I remember distinctly being out in the summer by the pool, like during middle school and high school, and my parents would blend up some margaritas or have some beer or something and chips and salsa and Bob Marley and just floating out in the pool. So now if I'm in vacation mode, I have to listen to Bob Marley. Bowie's been a huge influence on me. I remember early on my dad pulling out the Diamond Dogs album. I think I was probably about 12. My dad would play the title track, and it was spooky. It was creepy. My little brother and I would be sitting on the couch when my dad would play it, and my little brother would get really freaked out. Like the howling and everything, it would scare him. And I thought that was kind of cool that my dad was able to scare my brother with a record. If you can freak someone out and bring that kind of emotion out of somebody with a song, you're doing something right. When I was a kid, I remember playing Vogue by Madonna over and over and over again. You know, it's something about the beat was really cool, and Madonna, you know, visually was on TV all the time, and I thought she was just so beautiful. And I remember the spoken word section in the middle with all the Hollywood starlets and stars. I didn't know who half those people were. And so I would hear these names and I'd be like, who is that? You know, she said Greta Garbo, Anne Monroe. I thought she was saying Anne Monroe. I don't know who Anne Monroe is, but at the time I thought that's who that was. So a lot of the names I got wrong, and as an adult I went back and looked at it and went, oh, that's what she was saying, I see. When I first met Madonna, well, the only time that I've met Madonna, I mean, she walked in the room and I went, oh my God. I kind of whimpered or something came out of my mouth. I don't know what it was. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just really intimidated right now. And she was like, why? And I'm like, because I love you. You know, she called me out on it. She said, so love equals intimidation for you? And I said, yeah, most of the time. It pretty much manifests itself that way. And she was very playful and she kind of teased me a little bit, but I played back and we had a nice little kind of cheeky banter going on. I was really happy that I was able to kind of be on that page with her. I thought that was pretty awesome. It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. I think when I first saw Thriller, I heard the song, I loved the song, and then I saw the video for it. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And so when I saw Michael Jackson as a zombie, I just thought, that's it. That's what I want to do. I was obsessed with Halloween as a kid. The Halloween costume box was downstairs and out all year round. I was always playing dress up. I even practiced that zombie makeup in front of the mirror a couple times. I got these books from the library on how to do theatrical makeup, and I was laying sheets of Kleenex over my face while I was listening to Thriller and creating these scars and shapes, and it was kind of a mess. You know, that was my childhood. So, kind of weird. I think it's a Depeche Mode song. Yeah, a Depeche Mode song called Pain That I'm Used To. It was on one of their more recent albums, and Goldfrapp did a remix of it that's so trippy. I remember upon breaking up with my first love, I remember listening to that song a lot, because I think I really wanted to try to get used to the pain that I was feeling and learn how to live with it. Oh boy, you've left me speechless. You've left me speechless. I think Lady Gaga's great and is changing pop music and bringing back a certain rock and roll spirit, swagger to the game. This new song, Speechless, I think is just great. It's great because I think it's a departure from what we're used to hearing from her. And I think it's definitely, it's like a throwback vibe. It's like Carole King, Elton John, very 70s singer-songwriter, which I think is a good look on her, because we hear all this really contemporary dance music coming from her, so it shows her range. Oh, baby, give me one more chance. The DJ at my birthday was Samantha Ronson. We met a couple months ago in LA and she's really great. You know, I didn't really have any specific requests for songs, but one of the things that I remember her playing, it was a mashup of, I think it was Busta Rhymes and the Jackson 5. And I remember being like, yes, it's amazing. It was incredible. It was an incredible, like, you know, fusion. I love mashups.